It's November 2nd in eastern South Dakota, and we're heading out to call coyotes on some new ground we gained access to earlier in the week. I've been calling coyotes for 20 years, and I still don't get it right every time. Anyone who says they do is probably very new to the sport. Today we demonstrate just how bad things can get and how quickly they can get that way. The most important thing we hope to show you is that persistence is the key to success in coyote calling. It's the second set of the day, and we're at least a mile from the nearest road. Found ourselves on a nice hilltop here. We no more than get sat down and immediately see a coyote. Now we're not entirely sure why this coyote is running. There's a nice big cornfield directly behind him where he came from. He could have easily ducked in there for some cover. I have a pretty good idea on how to make him stop running, though. Oh yeah, he heard that. Now let's make sure he knows where we are. Now he's got radar lock. At this point, it's pretty clear to me that he's going to be coming in on our downwind side. There's a little ridge between us and there, and just can't quite see enough. So I decide we better get to moving on the other side of this thing quick. About 2 minutes goes by before this coyote finally shows up. Hilly terrain like this is very, very deceiving in South Dakota. It takes a little bit to get used to how far away things are. I had this dog figured at about 100 yards, when in fact that ridge is about 155, 160 yards. So he circles around to the right, continuing to work downwind exactly how I expected him to do. And unfortunately, I'm too excited and forget about the wind. Since we sat down, the wind had built a good 5 to 7 miles an hour. Peaking at 15 to 18 miles an hour, and I'm shooting directly across it.
That's impossible! No! No!
You just witnessed a coyote haircut. Look at the lower left-hand corner of your screen. You can track the bullet all the way to the right side of that coyote's neck. Well, after that horrifying display, I was completely disgusted with myself. That's a shot that I normally do not miss. However, we had more work to do here. Kept our hopes up, sat down and tried to do a little more calling on the front side of that hill in hopes that we could either get that dog to come back or have a fresh one show up. We called for a good 5 to 7 minutes more, waited another 5 minutes after that, didn't see anything. So we picked everything up. We're heading back up the hill to pick up the Fox Pro, and that's when Josh saw a coyote over his shoulder. So we got snuck up behind this mound here to give us a little bit of cover from where he was at. He pretty much showed himself exactly where the other one did earlier. Now, as soon as I saw this coyote sitting there, I got a huge swell of confidence because everything with this setup is working directly in our favor. The wind is blowing left to right about 11 o'clock. No chance that this dog's going to smell us before I can get a shot on him. And he's coming in staring directly into the sun.
Yes!
Well, that goes to show you, folks, it doesn't always work out how you plan. I am not sure what happened on that first coyote, but obviously I missed. Anybody that says they're incapable of missing when they're coyote hunting is full of BS. While we were sitting out here, I wasn't paying attention. I was so excited this coyote coming in. Had to rush, get over the hill to get on the downwind side, make sure he didn't backdoor us, and that's exactly what he was going to do. So if we wouldn't have moved, we wouldn't have even seen that coyote. But we get over there, get set up in position. He pops up to our left first and is just locked on us. So we couldn't move at all. I had to try try to wait until he moved a little bit and try to coax him, get him to come a little closer. He ended up flanking us to the right just a little bit, and I got on him about where I figured he'd pop up, and sure enough, he popped up there, but unfortunately I wasn't able to close escrow at all. Somehow, the wind picked up about 7 miles an hour. It kicked up to about 15 to 18 miles an hour there when we were sitting. And I didn't account for enough wind and blew that shot. I want to say that I seen hair come off the little bugger on the right side, but we'll have to look at the video and see. So we're closing up, heading back out of here, going back to grab the stuff. I'm just disgusted with myself. And Josh looks over his shoulder and sees another coyote coming in on the hills over here. Same place we seen that first one running. So I started on the pup cries a little bit, snuck in and proned out on the top of the hill, and he come right into us. I killed him right here, about 90 yards. I mean, he was just right there. So that's how you make lemonade out of lemons right there. And it helps to have an eagle eye behind the camera too. So we got a nice big male here. He's awfully tired, so we'll let him sleep a little bit. Oh wow, he's just got a gigantic tick. Zoom in on this, Josh. The dog's just got a gigantic tick sticking out of him right here.
I got it.
Right out of his face.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Mangy, nasty critters anyways, all full of cockleburrs. We pulled one out of here. The day is young. Stay tuned.